Congratulations.
This is National 9 News with Brian Naylor.
Stage is Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero will win the Melbourne Cup. Sub-Zero 2 lengths to Vianda Cross. Castletown third.
Good evening, and another triumph for local hero Lee Freedman as Sub-Zero wins the 1992 Melbourne Cup. Freedman has trained the winners of the Big Three this spring, the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate and now the Melbourne Cup. And it was fitting that a grey horse won on a day like this, with Flemington's spring gloom and wet face screened worldwide. $2 million races are always full of surprises. Last year's winner, Let's Elope, was a late scratching. The favourite, Vianda Cross, came a gallant second, and jockey Greg Hall is now hotter than Madonna. We start our Cup coverage with this report from Andrew Bensley.
With the track rated dead, the last thing many trainers wanted was rain. But with 2.5 hours to go, Flemington was drenched. The Let's Elope camp wanted to pull out and asked stewards to inspect the course. With the track downgraded to slow at 2:29, the drama continued with Let's Elope the first of 3 late scratchings. Other leading trainers with doubtful runners in the wet decided to go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to run.
The rain was still coming down steadily as the field reached the mounting yard, while jockeys and trainers spoke of tactics now required for a 2-mile slog. At the home turn, Greg Hall on Sub-Zero made his move with the favourite Vianda Cross.
300 metres left to go. Sub-Zero coming after him down the outside. Sub-Zero on the outside has taken the lead in the Melbourne Cup. Sub-Zero, Castletown, and here comes Vianda Cross right down the outside, flying home. But Sub-Zero's in front of Vianda Cross and Castletown in the final stages. Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero will win the Melbourne Cup. Sub-Zero 2 lengths to Vianda Cross. Castletown third.
For trainer Lee Freedman, another enormous thrill to cap off his superb spring.
I reckon he had the perfect preparation. I thought his run here Saturday was fantastic, and his work yesterday morning was really good. You know, we're pretty confident, particularly with the wet track.
What a spring.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, I think I might retire.
The owners couldn't hide their elation at winning Australia's greatest horse race. Buying Sub-Zero as a yearling, the wait has all been worthwhile.
Well, we knew we had the fitness on them, then it was all over. The Freedman boys have done a wonderful job.
For jockey Greg Hall, it's been an incredible fortnight, winning the Cox Plate and now the Cup.
Well, I'd tell you what, that post is a long way away, especially in a Melbourne Cup. I've won plenty of 2-mile races, but no Melbourne Cups, and you always got that thought going through your mind, is something going to come in? But, you know, I was quietly confident I was on the best day. Yeah, it's just you just can't imagine it. But, you know, it's a great feeling, and superimposed, Sub-Zero, I mean, where does it end?
Andrew Bensley, National 9 News.
The TAB says a computer failure in the hour before the Cup was responsible for a drop of more than $2 million in betting turnover. Experts blame a software problem caused by the large number of scratchings. Altogether, Victorians wagered a total of $12.8 million. Jason Cameron reports on how they did it.
The normally hushed tones at the TAB's telephone betting headquarters at Box Hill sounded more like the track as punters channelled millions of dollars into the system by phone.
Straight 6 today for Flemington, 4, 11, 13, 9, 4 and 1 unit.
Dozens of operators were on deck for the TAB's busiest day of the year, and there was no shortage of big spenders.
That's $83.
Suburban betting shops recorded a steady stream of business. Cup Day queues included plenty of seasoned punters, but for most people, this was the only bet they'd place all year. And having placed those bets, it was time to get on with enjoying the day and the race. Down by the Yarra, the rain struck with appalling timing. It hit riverside picnickers at the very moment most had begun lunch and were settling down for race 6. Heavy at times and very persistent, it sent some packing, but most persevered. On the other side of the West Gate, enthusiasm for the Cup was confined mainly to local TABs. But it was the size of the bets here that showed just how deeply the recession has hit the pockets of the average working person.
A lot of people are unemployed, you know, and they cannot afford to have a big bets.
For many people betting at Footscray, it was a case of laying their coins on the counter, not a fistful of dollars.
It's a very hard life now, not as before.
At precisely 3:29 at the City Tabaret, not even the Melbourne Cup could unseat these die-hard pokey players.
You're not going to give the game away?
No.
Thankfully, their lack of passion for the turf wasn't shared next door, where there were no prizes for guessing who won. Jason Cameron, National 9 News.
Cup Day is traditionally People's Day at Flemington, and if the wet weather spoiled their day at the races, most of the 90,000 put on a brave face, as Harvey Silver discovered.
It starts like any other day at the races. Even at Flemington, the early hours of Cup Day are quite normal. It's the calm before the storm, but no one was quite ready for the storm that was brewing. As usual, all modes of transport to make it to racing's greatest day. Some treated themselves to a little luxury, but with many of the muddy car parks closed, the train was a popular option. And Cup Day remains a day for the people. The public enclosure was soon a sea of bodies, of food brought in by the crateful, of drink being readily consumed and in plentiful supply. Some will do anything to be noticed, dress outlandish, act outrageous. It's behaviour that wouldn't normally be tolerated, but on Cup Day, anything goes. Only the decorum changes when you cross into the members' reserve. In their own way, the outfits are just as bizarre. As the dark clouds hovered, there was barely time to show off the fashions, while Olympic hero Andrew Hoy couldn't resist again showing off his pride and joy.
This is an event that's covered worldwide and undoubtedly one of the main events here in Australia and throughout the world.
It took just a little water to change the whole complexion of the day. Well, more than a little. When the heavens opened, they didn't stop, and the members sensibly retreated. The rain sent them scurrying for cover in the members, but in the public area there was nowhere to hide. The brollies went up, others looked at more ingenious ways of staying dry. Soon there was a new contest, who could erect the best makeshift shelter, though the hardy refused to be deterred.
I'll keep drinking for the rest of the day and a few more bets and I'll have a great time.
Others weren't having such a fine time.
I mean, I enjoy coming to Melbourne Cup to see this.
For some, it all became too much. An hour before the big race, they departed. The rest showed great staying power on a Melbourne Cup Day ravaged by the weather. But the rain did let up, just as the crowds made their way home. Harvey Silver, National 9 News.
In the rest of the day's news, Jeff Kennett all smiles after his win in Canberra. And a medical...
Greg Hall had reached the peak of his career with victory in the Cox Plate. Today, in the Melbourne Cup, he scooped the pool and partnering Hall in the win Sub-Zero, the first grey to win the Cup since Silver Knight in 1971. Here's how he did it.
They're off. Great start. And Star of the Realm on the inside, one of the first to jump out, beginning well, better loosen up, and Vienda crosses, dropping back along the inside.
At the back of the course, outsider Sir Winston led the Cup field, but the top fancies were ready to pounce.
Three deep as Dr. Grace as they go around the back. Donegal Misters on the outsider, and further back than is Heroicity, being followed by Star of the Realm, a length and a half, then to London Bridge on the inside of Tiago Nika. Then Vandercross looks to be going okay. He's over on the inside there of Sub-Zero, commencing a move.
On the turn, Greg Hall made his move.
As they straighten up, and Sir Winston is still the leader at the top of the straight, about 2 lengths clear. Cavalieri down the outside, Sub-Zero, and they're followed by Ali Boy, and back behind them, Vandercross can't get a run. Sir Winston is clear. 300 metres left to go. Sub-Zero coming after him down the outside. Sub-Zero on the outside has taken the lead in the Melbourne Cup. Sub-Zero, Castletown, and here comes Vandercross right down the outside, flying home. But Sub-Zero's in front of Vandercross and Castletown in the final stages. Sub-Zero will win the Melbourne Cup. Sub-Zero 2 lengths to Vandercross. Castletown third. Mr. Eurostar, a big run from last to fourth.
Sub-Zero started at 4-1 from Vandercross, the 9-4 favourite, and Castletown at 10-1. Officially last was Heroicity. Earlier in the Great Western, Auntie Mary was sent out favourite. Here's John Russell again.
As they come to the 300, Prince of Praise the leader. Carol Lynch in the immediate danger, coming home pretty well, and Let's Hurry from a long way back are starting to run on. Gold Trump is back behind them. Leggings is down the outside as they come down past the 200, where now it's Let's Hurry moving up on the outside to join Carol Lynch and Prince of Praise fighting on. Leggings right down the outside, but Let's Hurry takes the lead with about 50 metres to go, and Let's Hurry will win it. Prince of Praise has hung on well for second, tight for third.
Let's Hurry with Jim Cassidy on board started at 16-1 from Prince of Praise at 33s and Surbituate at 12s. The Daily Double returned $132.20. The Quadrella combination of 2, 6, 8 and 1 paid $4,400, while the Quad Extra combination of 6, 8, 1 and 8 returned just under $31,000. American basketball legend Magic